Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Bazruk. I will discuss accounting standards. Go to study note number 12, accounting standards. I will discuss various illustrations of AS2. Illustration 5, how do you deal with the following? On 31st March 12, the closing stock of Gaurav Limited includes 10,000 units costing at rupees 10, that is 1 lakh, but the current market price as on that date was rupees 9, that is 90,000. Cost of the goods in closing stock is 1 lakh, whereas net realizable value is 90,000, that is market price. Inventories are to be valued at cost or net realizable value, whichever is low. So costing of the valuation of the inventories is 90,000. According to AS2, valuation of inventory will be lower of cost and net realizable value. In present case, cost is 1 lakh, net realizable value is 90,000. Therefore, inventories will be valued at 90,000, that is at net realizable value. Go to illustration 6. From the following information presented by P Limited, ascertain the value of stock to be included in balance sheet. Cost price of certain stock amounted to 60,000 being obsolete. It can be used for production purpose after incurring 10,000 for modification. The same could be used as a byproduct for an existing product. The purchase price for the same amounts to 40,000. They have in stock a certain goods which has become obsolete, that is useless, but which can be used after incurring 10,000 on modification, which can be used as byproduct in existing product. Purchase price of the byproduct is 40,000. Now already incurred cost is 60,000. If you want to purchase this byproduct, you have to pay 40,000. That means if you want to sell this as a byproduct, you will get 40,000. But for getting 40,000, you have to spend 10,000. So net amount, if whatever you will get by selling will be 40 minus 10, which is equal to 30. Cost is 60. So it is to be valued at 30,000. Cost price 60,000 is given. Net realizable value is 40,000 minus 10,000. For getting 40,000, you will have to spend 10,000, which is 30,000. Inventories are valued at lower of cost and net realizable value. Hence 30,000 should be treated as value of stock to be included in the balance sheet. Now go to illustration 7. How will you deal with the following situation? A company deals in purchase and sale of timber and has included notional interest charges. Notional interest is interest which is not real, calculated on the paid up share capital and free reserves in the value of stock of timber as at the balance sheet date as part of cost of holding the timber. Interest and borrowing cost is not to be included in valuation of inventory as per AS2. According to para 12 of AS2, valuation of inventories, interest and other borrowing costs are usually considered as not relating to bringing the inventories to their present location and condition and are therefore usually not included in the cost of inventories. Hence, the valuation of closing stock of timber cannot be considered as it is not in conformity with AS2. Now we'll see illustration 8. The company deals in three products A, B and C which are neither similar nor interchangeable. At the time of closing of its accounts for the year 1213, the historical cost and net realizable value of the items of closing stock are determined as A, B and C. Historical cost and net realizable value is given. What will be the value of closing stock? See, for A 28, for B both are same, 32, for C 16 is low. Cost or net realizable value, whichever is low. So for valuation of closing stock, A 28, B 32, C 16. Total value of closing stock is 76 lakhs. Now illustration 9. Z Company Limited purchased goods at the cost of 40 lakhs in October 12. Till March 13, 75% of stock were sold. That means 25 is unsold stock inventory. 25% of 40 lakhs is 10 lakhs. Company wants to disclose closing stock at 10 lakh. The expected sales value is 11 lakhs and commission at 10% on sale is payable to the agent. Inventory is valued at cost or net realizable value, whichever is low. Cost is 10 lakh. Net realizable value is 11 lakhs minus 10% of 11 lakhs. That is 11 lakhs minus 1 lakh 10,000, which is 9 lakhs 90,000. So cost is 10 lakhs, net realizable value is 9 lakhs 90,000. So closing stock should be valued at 9 lakhs 90,000. 11 lakhs minus 10% of 11 lakhs. 11 lakhs minus 1 lakhs 10,000 is 9 lakhs 90,000. How would you deal with the following in the annual accounts of a company for the year ended 31st March 30? The company has to pay delayed cotton clearing charges over and above the negotiated price for asking delayed delivery of cotton from suppliers godown. Up to 11/12, the company has regularly included such charges in the valuation of closing stock. This being in the nature of interest, the company has decided to exclude it from closing stock valuation for the year 12/13. This is as per AS2, interest is not to be included in valuation of closing stock. So till 11/12, what they were doing, that is they were including interest charges and valuation of closing stock, which is not as per AS2. This would result in decrease in profit by 7.60 lakhs. Even if there is decrease in profit, it is interest charges are not to be included in valuation of closing stock. As per para 12 AS2, valuation of inventories, interest and other borrowing costs are usually considered as not relating to bringing the inventories to their present location and condition and are therefore usually not included in the cost of inventories. Thus, it becomes quite clear that delayed cotton clearing charges, which were treated in the nature of interest, must not be included while valuing closing stock as per the provisions of AS2, and it is not in compliance with AS2, which was done up to 10/11. But from 11/12, the company decided to change the earlier view. That is, they decided to exclude the same from the valuation of closing stock, which is in compliance with AS2. As a result of change in accounting policy regarding valuation of stock, the profit was reduced by 7.60 lakh, which must be disclosed in financial statements as per AS1 as notes to account. Till last year, they were including interest in valuation of closing stock. Now they have decided not to include. This fact is to be disclosed in the financial statement. And because of that, the profit is reducing by 7.60 lakhs. If it is ascertainable, it is to be disclosed as per AS1. Now go to illustration 11. Sonar Bandar deals in old color TVs. It has 4 TVs, the particulars of which are given below. You are asked to compute the value of stock to be included in the balance sheet for the year ended 31st March 13. 5 different types of TVs they have. No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 TVs they have. Cost price. Expenses incurred to bring into sellable conditions. In order to bring the TVs in sellable conditions, they have incurred some expenses, so it is to be added in cost. Net realizable value is given. Compare cost and net realizable value, whichever is low you are supposed to consider. So cost price is 10 plus 3, 20 plus 2, 35 plus 5 and 50. 13,000, 22,000, 40,000, 50,000. Net realizable value is 18,000, 30,000, 36,000 and 55,000. So in case of first TV, 13,000, for second 22,000, for third 36,000 and for fourth 50,000. Total is 1,21,000. Cost or net realizable value, whichever is low. Go to illustration 12. The following particulars are presented by M Limited as on 31st March 13. He deals in clothing. Compute the value of stock as per AS2. Stock held by M Limited, cost price 10,550. Net realizable value 11,500. Details of stocks. So item wise breakup is given. Total cost is 10,550 and total net realizable value is 11,500. Compare these two. For cotton 4,960, for woolen 3,450, for synthetic 1,500. Add it. For cotton 4,960, for woolen 3,450, for synthetic 1,500. So as per AS2, value of stock will be 9,910. Go to illustration 13. The total stock of A Limited as on 31st March 13 was 5 lakhs, of which stock amounting to 31,000 were not ascertained as per AS2. Compute the value of the said stock as per AS2 for inclusion in the financial statement as on that date. Type of product PST, cost of material 10,000, 5,000, 12,000, production expenses incurred. So you are supposed to add it in production expenses. Selling and distribution expenses and estimated selling price. From estimated selling price, deduct selling and distribution expenses, you will get net realizable value, and in cost of material add production expenses incurred, because cost consists of cost of purchase plus conversion cost plus any other cost. So these two are total cost, and net realizable value is estimated selling price minus estimated cost of selling, that is selling distribution expenses. So net realizable value will be estimated selling price minus selling distribution expenses. Compare, and the lower of the two will be valuation of stock. See, cost price including production expenses 10 plus 2 is 12,000, 5,000 for S, and for T it is 12 plus 3 is 15,000. Net realizable value for P 15,000 minus 1,000 14,000, for S 4,500 minus 500 4,000, for T it is 18,000 minus 2,000 16,000. 12 and 14 12,000, 5 and 4 4,000, 15 and 16 15,000. Lower of the cost or net realizable value. So valuation of closing stock as per AS2 to be included in the financial statement is 31,000. Now we'll see illustration 14. X Limited presented the following particulars as on 31st March 13. Compute the value of stock as on 31st March 13. Total cost of the product. Cost of material 50, manufacturing inputs 30, total cost of making is 80, profit is 20, selling price is 100. Cost of material is 12 each. On 31st March 13, selling price has gone down suddenly from 100 to 70. So selling price has gone down from 100 to 70 and selling price of the finished product is below total cost. The price of raw material has gone down to 8, from 12 raw material has gone down to 8. X Limited has had in its stock 6,000 units of material which was bought as per the above rate on the same date. How will you value this raw material 6,000? So 6,000 raw material into 8 will be the valuation of raw material, and finished goods will be, valuation of finished goods will be 6,000 into 70. Number of units in stock into net realizable value, because it is low. Cost is 80, net realizable value is 70. According to para 24 AS2, when there has been a decline in the price of material and it is estimated that the cost of finished product will exceed net realizable value, the materials are written down to net realizable value. In such circumstances, the replacement cost of material may be the best available measure of their net realizable value. In this case, total cost of 80 exceeds net realizable value, that is selling price 70, as the price of raw material had gone down from 12 to 8. So inventory should be valued at 70 each, and as such total value of stock would be 6000 into 70, 4,20,000. This is the value of finished good inventory, and value of raw material inventory will be 6000 into 8. Now go to illustration 15. State with reference to accounting standard how you will value the inventories in the following cases. Raw materials were purchased at rupees 80 per kilo. Prices of raw materials are on the decline. The finished goods in which the raw material is incorporated is expected to be sold at below cost. 10,000 kgs of raw material is in stock at the end of the year. Replacement cost is 80 per kg. So valuation of raw material will be 10,000 into 80. In a production process, normal waste is 5% of input. 5,000 metric ton of input were put in the process, resulting in a wastage of 300 metric ton. Cost per metric ton of input is 1000. The entire quantity of waste is on stock at the year end. Normal waste is 5% of input. 5,000 metric ton is input. So 5% of 5,000, 250 metric ton should be normal waste. But actual waste is 300 metric ton. So 300 metric ton minus 250 metric ton, 50 metric ton is abnormal loss. Value of abnormal loss is to be transferred to profit and loss account, whereas value of normal loss is to be included in finished stock. We'll see the answer. As per para 13 AS2, in determining the cost of inventories, it is appropriate to exclude abnormal amount of wasted material, labor or other production expenses in the period in which they are incurred. Input 5000 metric ton, normal loss 5% of 5000 metric ton, 250 metric ton. Actual wastage is 300 metric ton, therefore abnormal loss is 50 metric ton. Cost of 1 metric ton of input is 1000, so cost of 250 metric ton should be included in the cost of finished goods, but the cost of entire abnormal wastage, that is 1000 into 50, rupees 50,000 should be charged against profit and loss account of the company. Now last sub question. Per kg of finished good consisted of raw material 100 per kg, direct labor 20 per kg, direct variable production overheads 10 per kg. Fixed production charges for the year on normal capacity of 1 lakh kg is 10 lakhs. Fixed production overheads at normal capacity is rupees 10 lakhs for 1 lakh kg. So fixed production overhead per kg is 10 lakh divided by 1 lakh, which is equal to 10 rupees per kg. These are per kg. Material 100, labor 20, variable overhead 10 and fixed overheads are also 10. So 100 plus 20, 120 plus 10, 130 plus 10, 140. So total cost is 140 per kg. 2000 kgs of goods are on stock at the year end. The valuation of 2000 kgs of finished goods will be 2000 into 140. 100 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10. Valuation of closing stock 2000 kgs into 140, which is equal to 2,80,000. In this particular video, we have seen various illustrations as per AS2. Thank you.